Alabama A&M and Alabama State play each other once again in the Magic City Classic to see who's going to have bragging rights within the state of Alabama. The question everybody wanted to ask is, did Coach Ely Hill break his losing streak against Coach Maynor? Or did something else happen that kind of got some folks behind on the hot seat in the worst way? We're going to jump right on into this thing right after this. Is your favorite coach back at it again, 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. You know the drill. You know the routine. If you haven't done so by now, hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. Like, comment, and share these videos as well. And do Coach a huge favor. Tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes over here. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. Guys, let me tell you something. I'm going to tap on in this thing right now because each team came into this game with a few wrinkles. They made some changes here and there that, was not exposed until game time hit. And you know what? Coach going to go ahead and give you a few of them right now. Alabama A&M, they actually switched a few offensive linemen on their interior offensive line to make sure that they were able to give quarterback Akil Glass some extra protection especially when it came down to them wanting to throw the ball. They switched out their, if I'm not mistaken, the right guard. They moved him to right tackle. And also another thing that they did do, they named a new defensive coordinator who I stated in one of my previous videos a while back when he was first introduced as the new defensive line coach for Alabama A&M. That's right, guys. None other than Coach Boulware is now the new defensive coordinator for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Guys, you got to remember, Coach Maynor and Coach Boulware, they coach together over at Winston-Salem State University. Guys, they have a good connection with one another, and they already know what needs to be done. It's like having a piece of paper. One write down something else, and the other one can come along and finish off the sentence for him without the other one having to say a word to him. That's how these two work. The majority of his staff as individuals that were with them when they coached together previously. But you know what? This game started off a little slow between the Bulldogs and the Hornets, where each was trying to fill each other out. But once Akil Glass got going, he got a little comfortable out there and got to moving that ball up and down the field. You know what? That Hornets defense was looking a little suspect out there, because once number 0 for the Hornets got ejected from the game, Clark, he was ejected from the game for targeting Akil Glass when Akil Glass had broke wide out the pocket and slid, which pretty much was like him giving himself up, saying, hey, I'm down. Well, Clark wanted to give him a little extra, chin music to let him know, hey, listen, ain't going to be none of that running around here today. You come out here today, we're going to touch you up and let you understand that, hey, you don't want to come this way no more. But yeah, Clark was ejected from the game. And once he was ejected from the game, it was almost like the defensive backs for the Hornets, they got caught slipping every daggone time. Akil Glass dropped back in the pocket and wanted to throw one long. You had individuals looking into the backfield trying to see what was going on there and not paying attention to the receivers that they should have been guarding, making sure that they were not open for Akil Glass to throw the ball to them. Like I said, Glass was in so much of a groove today. They just got out there, got to putting on a show. You had, the outlaw receivers, they got to catch touchdowns like at a rapid pace. You had Hill-Eley, Anderson, Johnson, Ibrahim. I mean, anything Akil Glass threw up in the air, I mean, it didn't matter what it was. Those receivers were catching the ball and they was taking off to the end zone for a touchdown. But yeah, like I said, Ibrahim, he led all receivers today. Ibrahim led the outlaw Bulldog receivers today with 104 yards on 6 receptions with the touchdown. Glass was, like I said, was in so much of a groove, playing in his last classic. I mean, like I said, any and everything he threw up in the sky, the receivers, they were just catching it. And I mean, it was just crazy, because like I said, the Alabama State DBs, it was almost like they were just looking up like, ooh, I see the ball. Okay. And then all of a sudden you got a Bulldog catching the ball and he off to the races once again. So I don't know if if all of this happened because Clark was ejected from the game and everybody was just so discombobulated as far as what was going on or what. But you got to also give the Alabama A&M defensive coordinator Dwayne Taylor. He dug in his bag today, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You had Quarles taking direct snaps. You had Akil Glass, he getting quarterback passes. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys are just pulling out all the stops today, showing, trying to, give everybody a show, let them know, hey, listen, we're going to go out with a bang. We're going to have some fun. And if you can't stop it, oh, well, you're going to watch the points go up on the scoreboard. But you know what? Akil Glass, he threw the ball in the game 33 times, completing 20 for 321 yards, 4 touchdowns, and was sacked 4 times. Uglies up front for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. They held off the Hornets' defensive penetration from that front line, from that front three that many had expected the Alabama State Hornets to really get off the ball today and put some pressure on Akil Glass. It was almost as if, like I said, Clark must have been that spark that kept everybody glued in on the defense, and everybody it kept them wanting to get after the ball. And like I said, once he left the game, that was it. Like I said, I don't know if it was they were winded, if the DBs was just a little, the game was too much for them. It's so many things that people were trying to really understand what was going on with them because they just didn't look themselves today. The big uglies up front for the A&M Bulldogs, they actually got out there. They opened up those lanes for Quarles to show out. I mean, this man rushed the ball 20 times for 132 yards, and he scored 2 touchdowns. So you got to know that these guys was out there having a good old time, just putting points up on the board, just having fun playing ball. But you know what? The Bulldogs are having so much fun that Glass even rushed the ball 6 times. And they brought another quarterback, Langford. He rushed the ball 1 time for 8 yards. I mean, it was, like I said, they were just having a good time, getting everybody out there in the game to just, put points on the board, run the ball up and down the field. If the Hornets couldn't stop it, it didn't make them no never mind. They just kept doing what they wanted to do all game long. But the Bulldogs defense is still a little lethargic because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Even though Coach Boulware is the new defensive coordinator for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs defense, I'm gonna put it to you like this. That zone defense that they love to run, they need to scrap that immediately because there's so many holes in their defense for an opposing quarterback to just get the receivers just to go sit in the pockets and just wait on the ball to come. I mean, it was just there all day long. And I'm going to be honest with you, Ryan Nettles, he was able to take advantage of it in some instances. And then there was other instances where he overthrew receivers or receivers were dropping the passes or the ball was, or Nettles threw the ball late to the receivers. In one instance, he had his receiver wide open for a touchdown pass, in which that pass was intercepted with 3 daggone defenders around him when the ball was thrown. Didn't make much sense with that, but, this is what we live with here in the game. But I'll tell you this, the Hornets came back out in the second half. They seemed like they were men on a mission, and they took that ball and went straight down the field with Ezra Gray breaking run to the end zone, putting up 7 points on the board. But you know what? Coach Maynor said, hey, hold on. Y'all did this a little too easy. I'm not trusting my defense out here right now to allow them to put, to have this game in the balance in their hands. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out some trickeries right quick. And guess what Coach Maynor did? He decided he's going to kick an onside kick, and you know who got it? The Bulldogs did. And guess what they did after that? They put more points up on the board. Guys, when I say they was having so much fun out there in this classic today, it was just unreal. But you know what? Coach Boulware, like I said, he got to find a way to fix that zone defense, and I'm sure he probably will have that down pat come next season once he has a full camp with everybody to get them ready to go and just get things, start meshing things together as far as looking at the talent that they have on the team and where they need to put players in particular spots so that they can be successful out there on the field and can really contribute to the team. But you know what? Ryan Nettles, like I said, even though Ryan Nettles had a rough time out there today on a few throws, he did throw the ball 38 times, completing 24 for 243 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and was sacked 3 times. Ezra Gray, he always, like I said, Ezra Gray is like the mailman. He's always delivering. He came out there, he ran the ball 12 times for 91 yards, averaging 7.6 yards per carry. Jeremiah Hickson, that's a bad man right there when it comes to getting open, catching those passes that, some of those passes was thrown. I didn't think he was going to catch a couple of those balls that he caught, and I got to give him credit for that. I mean, he would reach down low to go get passes. He'd jump up high to catch a ball. I mean, his breaking on routes to come back and help Nettles out to catch passes. I mean, he was just all over the place with today. He caught 10 passes for 116 yards. Wallace Coker, that's another young man. I mean, he was jumping up sky high to catch balls. 6 passes for 73 yards, 2 touchdowns, And Keshawn Johnson, he caught 3 passes for 21 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, the defensive front, as I stated before, for the Hornets, they just did not have that get after today as I expected them to. I mean, normally you would see them coming out there, they're plugging the holes, they're doing all of the things necessary to make sure that opposing offenses are not running the ball on them. But today it just didn't happen that way. Like I said, I don't know if everybody was if they had checked out after a while during the game, or they were just, thrown off at the fact that Clark was ejected from the game. I don't know what was going on, because after Clark was ejected from the game, Akil Glass went to throwing bombs to receivers that got behind the Hornet defensive backs, for touchdown passes. I mean, like I said, it just got so out of control to where it wasn't funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. There really wasn't much defense played between both teams anyway, because of the fact that, look at the score. But I will tell you this was a game of whichever team blinked first and didn't score was going to be the team that was going to lose. And again, like I said, Coach Maynor used special teams to daggone get this team over the hump to make sure he was able to put more points on the board. Now, Coach Hill-Eley, he is now 0-4 against his good friend, Coach Maynor, in the MagicCity Bowl. But unfortunately, I don't believe he'll be coaching another one next year, because the word has come down. The head coach has been let go from Alabama State. So we're going to find out exactly what's going on and who's going to be leading the troops for the next couple of games throughout the end of the season. But guys, until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos as well. And don't forget, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. And remember, be the one and lead.